Good morning, everyone. It is 8:03. That means it is time for First Alert Weather Extra. I hope you're having a good start to your day so far. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Jill Gilardi here. There's a little, just hide that real quick. All right, let's talk about our headlines, and then we'll get into the finer details, especially regarding today's First Alert Weather Day. That's all about late today into early tomorrow. Wind gusts, we're talking about over 50 miles per hour possible. My goodness. And the weekend showers to start and end. And then the coldest air so far of the season arrives early next week. All right, well, let's get into really the concerning part of our forecast. It is going to be this evening into early tomorrow morning. We're talking about like after 10 o'clock through about, 3 o'clock in the morning, some of the worst wind gusts. While there may be a brief, isolated, strong storm, that's the leading edge of the cold front. It's what's behind the front that is the problem. Those gusts, again, this time of year, we have a lot of temperature differences. The gradient gets stronger, so the winds get stronger. You also have, a stronger jet stream coming down south. So we have stronger storm systems, and that could produce more wind energy. So that's going to be the case. So we have to prepare for today, and we'll have plenty of time to. The winds don't really get strong until tonight. For isolated outages, prepare for down limbs and even down trees. And this is going to happen at night when many of us are going to be trying to sleep. That's the bigger problem. Travel, certainly, if you're on the road that late at night or very early in the morning, you could be impacted. So as of right now, there's a wind advisory in effect for western Connecticut, high wind watch elsewhere, and so we will wait and see if that's upgraded to a warning or not. Gusts over 50 miles per hour, yes, possible. Down limbs and outages, we prepare for all that. So the peak wind gusts, and this kind of shows you a rough idea. It doesn't mean that's as strong as it's going to get. But you could see from, basically 11 p.m. to about, 3 a.m.-ish, 4 a.m.-ish, that's the strongest of the winds before they start calming down a little. But look at this map. This one obviously is a map that, the numbers might be a little bit higher than what's going to happen. Again, this is a measurement that's a little bit above the ground rather than right at the surface. So give or take, 5 miles per hour. This gives you a pretty good idea of what to expect. And the time frame, too. It's all about knowing that as well. So anytime after 10 o'clock, those winds are going to be ramping up from west to east. And then, you're talking about 11 p.m., midnight. My goodness, some of those gusts get as high as 50 miles per hour. 2 a.m. even, really intense wind gusts. Even 4 a.m., that's not great, but I guess it's a little better in some spots, maybe not as high. And then it takes, throughout the rest of the day for those winds to calm down. So not much happening right now. We had the clear skies briefly overnight, led to some frosty conditions initially this morning. The clouds are thickening up. The system, you look at this, you're like, that doesn't look like a big deal, which it's not going to be a big precipitation producer. It is just that wind energy that's connected with this front. Because the cold front itself, that's not much happening along it. Though you can get transported down to the surface some intense wind gusts, that exceed 50, 60 miles per hour with this burst of rain that may have a few claps of thunder with it. That's 10 p.m. So anytime after 9, watch out. I'll give you that first alert for this little batch to move on through. It doesn't really hold together, it looks like, down towards the shoreline, but let's all be ready for this little quick burst. And once that goes through, that is the line between the really not so intense winds and here comes the intense wind. So behind that front, that's where the strongest wind gusts are going to be coming in from the northwest. So really intense through the early pre-dawn hours, before the pre-dawn hours actually. Rain chance, again, inlands after 9, 10 o'clock-ish. Otherwise, we're dry today, thickening clouds, upper 50s inland, and we're going to be in the low 60s down towards the shoreline, and not much happening in terms of precipitation. This is more of just a wind brief event, a few hours of the crazy winds that could be destructive. So that's what we prepare for. And then we pick up whatever comes down. I had furniture moved all around just yesterday. And it's like, that wasn't the strongest that we're going to be getting. So yeah, things were everywhere. So prepare for that, if not worse, happening. All right, so it's going to be tough to see the Super Beaver moon this afternoon because of the clouds. We had a great view of it last night, early this morning, and it has set, but it rises again at 426. So if the clouds aren't too terribly thick, you might get a few peaks of it. We could use the rain, not much with this upcoming system. Almanac showing yesterday we started off at 37, got to 58, so we've been running a little bit above average for highs. Well, we're going to have a series of systems coming our way, but the one that means the most business in terms of the cold air is going to be early next week, coolest air of the season. Nothing major expected right now from it, just going to have to dress in layers, but we'll show you that in just a second. In terms of our rain chances, we'll have a morning shower Saturday afternoon, scattered areas of rain if not likely, Sunday kind of exiting early Monday. Below average temperatures, we're kind of like right in the middle of equal chances for anything to happen. Precipitation might be leaning below average as we look ahead beyond the 7-day. So there we have it. So we'll have to watch Tuesday morning to see if that ends up being like a hard freeze most places. That would be the only concern. Now, what might save us? You see the breezy. If the breezes are at night, it's not going to be the actual temperature getting that cold, but it will feel cold. So we'll keep you posted. But our big focus right now is the wind. It's really the wind with this system coming in tonight into very, very early tomorrow. And then, we're breezy. We're cooler than average to end the week. We are a little warmer over the weekend. And then we have the shower chance early Saturday and then especially later in the afternoon on Sunday. Here comes more rain connected with that stronger front that's going to bring, yes, the coldest air of the season. Here's a look at the highs for the shoreline as well. You'll be in the 40s. That's the air that you typically see December 1st. That's the average. 45 is the average high for December 1st. So here it comes. All right, lots happening this time of year. It's an active time of year, more active jet stream. So we're just going to prepare for that wind coming in this evening and tonight. Of course, we're going to be basically, when we come back on this live stream at 9:30 tonight, tracking those storms entering the western part of the state, tracking those stronger wind gusts starting to approach our state. So you don't want to miss that update and any other changes that have been made to the forecast coming up at 9:30 tonight on another episode or version of WFSB Plus for First Alert Weather Extra. Have a great day.